As the Atlantic hurricane season enters its final stretch, the tropics are far from quiet. Even as we approach the end of the official season, the ocean remains warm and atmospheric conditions are still ripe for tropical development. This is the time of year when late-season storms can surprise us, sometimes forming quickly and catching communities off guard. Right now, all eyes are on a new disturbance brewing in the Caribbean Sea, Invest 98L. This system has quickly become the focus of meteorologists and weather enthusiasts alike, as it shows signs of potential development in a region known for spawning powerful storms. At this stage, Invest 98L is a disorganized cluster of showers and thunderstorms, but it has already caught the attention of the National Hurricane Center. Meteorologists are closely monitoring satellite imagery and atmospheric data, looking for any signs that the system is beginning to organize. The early stages of a tropical system can be unpredictable, and even small changes in wind patterns or sea surface temperatures can make a big difference in how quickly a storm develops. Warm Caribbean waters are fueling its growth, providing the energy needed for thunderstorms to intensify. As the system drifts westward, it could impact millions of people in the coming days, especially if it continues to strengthen. Communities across the region are already taking notice, with some beginning early preparations just in case the system develops further. If Invest 98L organizes and intensifies, it could soon earn a name, Melissa, the next on this year's list. Each named storm brings with it a heightened sense of urgency and awareness, as people recall the impacts of previous hurricanes. For now, it's just a collection of storms, but the ingredients for strengthening are coming together. Favorable winds, abundant moisture, and warm waters are all present, setting the stage for possible rapid development. The system's projected path brings it close to several Caribbean islands, including Jamaica, Hispaniola, and Cuba. Early awareness is crucial, as even a weak tropical system can bring heavy rain, flooding, and dangerous surf. Forecast models are in agreement that there's a strong chance Invest 98L will become a tropical depression soon. Some models even suggest it could strengthen further, depending on how conditions evolve over the next few days. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll learn whether this system will remain a rainmaker or grow into something more significant. The window for development is open, and the next 2 days will be critical in determining its future. To get a clearer picture, Hurricane Hunter aircraft will soon fly into the system, gathering vital data on wind speeds, pressure, and structure. This information will help forecasters refine their predictions and provide more accurate updates. For now, everyone in the Caribbean should monitor updates closely, stay informed, and review their emergency plans. Even if Invest 98L doesn't become a hurricane, it could still bring disruptive weather to the region. We'll keep you informed every step of the way as Invest 98L develops, so you can stay prepared and safe this hurricane season. You might wonder, what does invest mean? It's a term you'll often hear during hurricane season, but it isn't always explained. The word invest might sound like it's about money, but in meteorology it's short for Area of Investigation. When meteorologists spot a weather system in the tropics that could potentially develop into something more serious, they assign it this label. It's a label used by the National Hurricane Center for systems with potential to develop into tropical cyclones. This doesn't mean a storm is guaranteed, but it does mean the system is worth watching closely. The designation helps meteorologists focus their attention and resources on areas that could impact people's lives. This designation lets forecasters run specialized models and gather detailed data. They use advanced computer simulations, satellite imagery, and even data from weather buoys and aircraft to track the system's progress. By doing this, they can better predict if and when the system might strengthen. Sometimes Hurricane Hunter aircraft are sent out to fly directly into these systems, collecting real-time measurements of wind speed, pressure, and humidity. This information is crucial for understanding how the system is evolving. For Invest 98L to become a tropical depression, it needs a closed circulation, a well-defined center of low pressure. This is the first real sign that a system is organizing and could become a threat. Warm ocean water and low wind shear are key ingredients for this process. The ocean acts as fuel, providing energy for the storm, while low wind shear allows the system to build vertically without being torn apart. Right now, conditions in the Caribbean are becoming more favorable, boosting its development chances. Meteorologists are watching for signs like increasing thunderstorm activity and falling air pressure, which suggests the system is getting stronger. Once a system has sustained winds of 39 mph, it's named. Melissa is next on the list. Naming storms helps everyone stay on the same page, especially when multiple systems are active at once. This naming system helps us communicate clearly, especially when multiple storms are active. It reduces confusion and ensures that warnings and updates are understood by everyone, from emergency managers to the general public. The journey from disturbance to named storm can be quick if the environment is right. Sometimes, a system can go from a simple cluster of thunderstorms to a full-fledged tropical storm in just a day or two. That's why we're watching Invest 98L so closely. With the right conditions, it could develop rapidly, and staying informed is the best way to be prepared for whatever comes next. Today, Invest 98L is a sprawling and disorganized area of thunderstorms stretching across the eastern Caribbean. This system, which meteorologists have been monitoring closely for several days, is showing signs of gradual development as it interacts with the warm, moist environment of the region. The broad area of clouds and rain covers hundreds of miles, impacting weather conditions for many islands in its path. Winds are gusty, with occasional strong bursts, but so far they are not yet organized around a well-defined center of circulation. The system is currently moving quickly westward, driven by strong upper-level winds and the prevailing trade winds that dominate this part of the Atlantic. This rapid westward pace has actually prevented Invest 98L from strengthening significantly, as tropical systems need time to consolidate and organize. However, forecasters expect the system to slow down as it approaches the central Caribbean, which could be a turning point in its development. Once the system slows, it will have more time to draw energy from the exceptionally warm waters below. These waters act as fuel for tropical systems, allowing thunderstorms to grow taller and stronger, and potentially helping the system to develop a closed center of circulation. Sea surface temperatures in the Caribbean are currently well above average for this time of year, with some areas reaching into the upper 80s Fahrenheit. This abundance of heat energy is a key ingredient for tropical cyclone formation and intensification, making the environment especially favorable for further development. Already, heavy downpours and gusty winds are affecting parts of the Lesser Antilles, leading to localized flooding, rough seas, and travel disruptions. Residents in these areas are being urged to stay alert for rapidly changing weather conditions as the system continues to move west. Meteorologists are closely analyzing satellite imagery, looking for signs of persistent rotation and the possible formation of a well-defined center. These are critical indicators that the system may soon become a tropical depression or even a named storm. To get a better understanding of Invest 98L's structure and intensity, Hurricane Hunter aircraft are scheduled to fly into the system soon. These specialized planes will collect vital data on wind speeds, pressure, and humidity, which will help forecasters make more accurate predictions about the storm's future. Until the Hurricane Hunters arrive, we continue to rely on satellite and surface observations, as well as reports from ships and weather stations in the region. These tools are essential for tracking the system's progress and issuing timely warnings. The next few days will be crucial for Invest 98L's development. As it slows down and interacts with the warm Caribbean waters, the potential for rapid intensification increases. Residents and travelers in the region should pay close attention to official updates and be prepared for changing conditions. Stay tuned for updates as we continue to monitor Invest 98L and bring you the latest information on its progress and potential impacts. The big question: will Invest 98L become Tropical Storm Melissa? Forecasters give it a 90% chance of developing into a tropical depression within days. Warm water, moist air, and low wind shear make conditions ideal for strengthening. If it organizes and winds reach 39 mph, it will be named Melissa. If the center stays over open water, it could even become a hurricane. However, land interaction with islands like Hispaniola or Cuba could weaken it. The storm's future path depends on its strength and atmospheric steering patterns. Interests from the Yucatan to Florida should monitor this system closely. We'll update you as the situation evolves. Even without a name, Invest 98L is already bringing heavy rain to the Caribbean. The ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao face flash flood risks as the system passes. Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, Jamaica, and Cuba are also in the potential path of heavy rain and gusty winds. Mountainous regions are especially vulnerable to flash floods and mudslides. coastal areas should expect rough seas and dangerous rip currents. The exact impacts depend on the storm's final track and strength. Stay informed and follow local weather advice. Now is the time to review your emergency plans. Don't underestimate a weak storm. Water, not wind, is the deadliest part of tropical systems. Even tropical depressions can cause catastrophic flooding, especially in mountainous or flood-prone areas. Invest 98L's deep tropical moisture poses a significant flood threat, regardless of wind speed. Know your local flood risk and have a plan in place. Late-season storms in the Western Caribbean can strengthen quickly and threaten populated areas. The Gulf Coast and Central America have seen major impacts from similar systems. We must watch this system closely until it dissipates. Stay alert, even if the storm seems weak. Invest 98L is part of an active 2025 Atlantic hurricane season, which runs through November 30th. We've already seen 12 named storms. Melissa would be the 13th. Warm ocean temperatures mean the risk of more storms remains high. Late-season storms in the Caribbean can intensify rapidly and form close to land, leaving little time to prepare. Historic hurricanes like Wilma and Sandy began as late-season Caribbean systems. Other tropical waves are being monitored, but Invest 98L is the main concern now. The season isn't over. Stay prepared for more activity. We'll keep watching the tropics for any new threats. With heavy rain and gusty winds possible, now is the time to prepare. Stay informed. Follow updates from local weather authorities and the National Hurricane Center. Clear gutters and drains to prevent flooding around your home. Secure loose outdoor items to avoid wind damage. Have an emergency kit with essentials: flashlight, batteries, first aid supplies, medications, food, and water. Keep your phone charged and have a backup power source. Know your evacuation plan and identify a safe room in your home. Talk with your family about what to do if you need to evacuate or shelter in place. A little planning now can make a big difference during a storm. Stay ready and stay safe. As Invest 98L develops, vigilance is key. Heavy rain and flooding are likely for many Caribbean islands, regardless of the storm's strength. Hurricane Hunter flights will soon provide better data for forecasts. Residents in the Caribbean, Yucatan, and Gulf Coast should monitor updates and review their hurricane plans. The season isn't over. Late storms can be just as dangerous as those at the peak. Take the threat seriously and follow local officials' guidance. We'll keep you updated with the latest information. Stay aware, stay prepared, and we'll get through this together.